Hello there, guys, girls, gamers. I just had a question to myself. What the hell am I doing? This is Bionic Heart 2! And I have high hopes for this game because when I set it up, I noticed something. The music slider, it's not linear. You hear that? No change. Off. And this loud. You cannot make it really quiet, so I have high hopes. Also, well, let's jump right in. Act 1, a new beginning. At least I got rid of that. Tanya, Scotland Yard Police Station. During the game, there's several social boss fights. Some are easier, others require more thinking. If you want, you can enable hints before each battle. Otherwise, you will have to figure out to win them. Okay. Let's enable hints. I'm not confident in my read intro. It has been approximately 20 minutes and 57 seconds since I was brought here. Okay. I made 3 separate attempts at breaking the handcuffs around my wrists. Apparently they got rid of the voice acting. Unfortunately, it seems I can't, even though I should be able to. My energy levels must have dropped beyond a certain point where I can no longer access all my strengths. That's more than inconvenient. Then again, thinking about the last few days, there were quite a few things that must have drained a lot of energy. Taking out Julia, for instance. Okay, so this ending, apparently, the ending you are supposed to see is not the one we got in Bionic Heart 1. Now, someone else, maybe someone more resilient against stupidity and horrible stories, might go back and fix that. I'm not doing that. I'm terribly sorry. So we're just assuming we got that ending. Helping Luke and his friends escape from her was the right thing to do, though, and I wouldn't have done it differently, not even if I had known I'd end up here. Nevertheless, it certainly hasn't been wise to exhaust what remains of my power reserve. Thinking of Luke, I cannot help but feel a smile tugging at the corners of my lips. The expression on his face when he first met me, that had been quite something. I can imagine. My expression was quite something too. And who could blame him? Half of my face had been torn off and my insides were completely exposed. Despite the trouble I gave him, he agreed to help me discover who I am and why a mere robot like me can remember the world before the permanent reign. Luke was in the perfect position to investigate, for he was a high-ranking employee of Nanotech, the world's largest and most powerful nanotechnology conglomerate. Even he eventually learned that I was, in fact, a human brain housed in an android body. However, the discovery came at a heavy price. Nanotech proved more insidious than either of us expected. By having a policy of spying on their own employees, they soon became aware of Luke's actions. The labs of Nanotech promptly reacted and cranked out another android like me, Julia Storm. Julia had a straightforward directive. She was to seduce Tom, Luke's best friend, who was notorious for having a weakness for beautiful women. Her mission had been to take advantage of her relationship with Tom and approach Luke, and by extension, me. Fortunately, I managed to overcome and terminate Julia when she came to Luke's flat. Nevertheless, I knew that isn't that the third time nevertheless came up? Nevertheless, I knew that the victory was slight and most certainly momentarily. It would be doubtless not long before Nanotech sent more of them after me. They certainly weren't lacking the resources. I knew that Tom, and Luke's girlfriend Helen had only one chance to escape the reaches of Nanotech. I immediately told them to leave for the spaceport as soon as possible and helped them board a craft headed for the secret human colony on Mars, using forged identifications that are organized. So, there is a secret human colony on Mars. that is so secret that you can't go to a spaceport and, fly there. I see several issues with the story already. However, seeing them escape safely had lulled me into a false sense of security. I should have realized that I could not have been that easy as I hoped it to be. Police were already prepared to apprehend me at the spaceport, and I had no escape route. I still hope that at the very last, Luke and Tom and Helen have made it to Mars safely, but a small part of me wishes that I weren't all alone, and certainly not one of the Scotland Yard's many interrogation rooms. Julia, Tanya, you have changed quite a lot. Also, why are you talking with yourself? I've never been in an interrogation room before, but I can make an educated guess that they are all as plain as that one. I think that's the point of these rooms. The door opens to reveal the 2 police officers who arrested me earlier. How have you been arrested? You are like, a killer robot. But, yeah. The names are Officer Robert Cranston and Officer Tina Gomez, if I had read the name tags correctly. That's a lot of exposure you're giving to yourself. That's pretty convenient, isn't it? Well, at least I'm not long alone. The artist certainly has changed. Robert Carson, ready for your questioning, miss. Tina oh, that's Tina. That's the 2. They have certainly changed. Oh wow, showing her true colors now, are we, Rob? That was the bitch. She was the bitchy policewoman. What are you talking about? You were awfully polite to her earlier. I've never seen you this nice towards someone we apprehended. That isn't true. Deny it all you like, Robert, but I'm right this time. You're just an old... That's enough! Can we just get back to work? See, she's still a bitch. Tina smiles cheekfully at the flustered Robert. Each choice of the game matters. Some choices shape the character's personality. Others change what people think of you. As the game progresses, some past scenes will change based on your choices. Yes, I can see that working out perfectly. I'm not sure if I prefer it with horrible voice actors or with no voice actors at all. It's certainly a lot more to read and to talk to you. Or less to talk to you, since I cannot think of something witty to say while I read text from the screen. Miss Tanya Vanek, is it? That is correct. Alright. The personal information form you filled out is conspicuously devoid of details, Miss Vanek. That's strange. I didn't realize I had to be any more detailed. That's because I'm a mysterious and charming person. That was intentional, sir, as I had no desire to share that with you. That's because I'm a charming person. How about you let me do my job, Miss Vanek, and I won't... I was hoping that you would start doing just that, sir. Robert looks like he's about to pop a vein. He takes a deep breath and attempts to smile, clearly trying to reorient himself. Alright, Miss Vanek, let's just ignore the form for now and move on to the next question. What were you doing at the spaceport? I was under the impression that the spaceport is a public place. I was only checking if there were only good deals. I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. Has that changed since alleged act, or has it now been declared a crime for innocent citizens to be in public places? Robert growls. Of course not, Miss Vanek. I smile sweetly. I suppose it's not my turn to inquire. If I was not at fault, why was I arrested if I had done something wrong? A warrant for your arrest was issued nationwide days ago. Do you even know why I'm wanted? I think... Or are you just the lapdogs of the rich like the rest of the police force? I beg you pardon? If I were more easily offended, I would slap you for that, Miss Vanek, and that would be police brutality and I would get you dismissed. Maybe that would remind you that we are police officers, not enforcers for Londoners upper class. Sure. Violence solves everything! Thumbs up from me for that! I snort loudly at the comment. I find that there is little, if any, distinction between the two. What do you mean by that? I roll my eyes and do my best to shrug my shoulders. It's not exactly easy to do when your hands are cuffed together. The reason I'm wanted is not about breaking the law. I haven't done anything illegal. Richard Meyer IV wants me captured, and his word is law. Richard Meyer the billionaire? Is there anyone else of that name or that obnoxious personality either? What does that have to do with Mr. Meyer? Open their eyes. What doesn't? Details, miss. If you want us to believe your allegations, you're going to have to give us a few of them. Really, it isn't rocket science. Remember that dead starlights from last year's Midsummer Festival? You mean the suicide? Suicide by choking yourself to death with a cable? The coroner wrote something about her dying during some autoerotic practices. What if I saw her together with Donald Barrow, my CEO, earlier that day? What if they looked as though were going to spend the night together? You mean Mr. Barrow could have... The police never questioned him. Maya made sure they would leave him alone. He has most of the police in his pocket, and he's after me now. Robert shakes his head vigorously. I don't believe you. She's obviously lying, Tina. Tina's silence indicated that she has other thoughts. Come on, Rob. We've both had our doubts. Robert takes one look at the poorly concealed expression of smugness on my face before pulling Tina to a far corner to resume the conversation. Not that it matters. Luckily, neither of them is aware of my enhanced hearing. You can't take your words at face value, Tina. Suspects will say anything off to get free. It doesn't sound baseless, Rob. We have both suspected something. Maybe this is concrete evidence at last. I don't know, Tina. Such widespread corruption couldn't have gone unnoticed for so long. That just goes to show how bad the situation is. Fine, let's assume that you're right, to trust the suspect. We still have a job to do and we need to do it. I don't know if I can do it, Rob. Not if there's the possibility that he's truly innocent. Tina, we've dealt with people who turned out to be innocent before. This is no time to lose your professionalism. This is a matter of principle, Rob. Principle or not, who are we to pass judgment? We're police officers. That's all we are, and that's the job we do. Which side do you really want to take, Rob? Professionalism or principle? That's not a fair question, Tina. Besides, what do you suggest we do in this case? Let her go? That's not an option. I'm not sure, to be honest. I thought you'd be more enthusiastic about letting her go. Why do you think that? I saw how you looked at her. Robert blushes. You're seeing things. Tina rolls her eyes. How about I let your fiancé know, and she can decide whether I'm seeing anything or not, huh? Just as their banter is about to take a turn for the worse, which honestly I doubt that is even possible at this point, a policeman barges into the room and blurts something out about a fire that has broken out in a chief room. Robert and Tina decide quickly that one of them should stay to finish interrogation the suspect. What? So, your police station is on fire, and one of you stays back while the other one evacuates? Oh, let them burn it. We need to finish the interrogation. During the game, you will encounter some key scenes like the one you're about to play, called Social Boss Fight. You need 100% of the goal, choosing the right dialogue options. So this is the Social Boss Fight. I will do this Social Boss Fight, and then we will end the episode. If you fail, you will see a game over ending, but the game will be saved automatically, so you can retry the scene from the beginning. That sounds like a useful feature. I realized that it could be my chance to escape. I'm sorry, words hard. If I stay under arrest for much longer, then I'm terrible. Sorry, I'm not English. I fail English. That's impossible. An nanotech representative will undoubtedly arrive to retrieve me. I could take advantage of Robert's attraction to me. What is this, an interview with me or some sort of argument between the two of you? Lady, we only need to sort this out quickly, and then... It's obvious you're not going to sort this out as long as I am in the room. Huh? Come on, even you must have noticed that she's jealous of me. What? How? I mean, what are you implying? It's obvious the two of you are in a relationship with each other, and she thinks that you're lusting for me. Alright, now you're going too far. And you're not giving me a fair chance. Why, we would give you a fair chance if you would finally cooperate and tell us more than the unfounded suspicions. Then leave me alone with your partner and I will cooperate. Me? Leave? Why? I am currently rubbing my temples. Wasn't there just a fire and one of them was going to go? I mean, not that it wasn't dumb, but that was... Have I been seeing things? To prove that you're not just jealous of me, to prove me wrong? The two exchange looks. Alright, I'm leaving, but I won't be far. If you need me, Rob, yeah, I'll just call for you. Alright, Miss Manic, let us continue. And the goal of the social boss fight is to seduce Europe so he gets closer to you and you can put him KO. Attracted, brave and clumsy. Is not easily scared, attracted, lacking covering. Claim to be hot. Oh, isn't it hot in here? The temperature in the room here is regulated by a supercomputer, Miss Manic. It always keeps everything at a comfortable level. It controls heat, humidity, you name it. And why is the music so fucking loud? Now if you're done stalling what we... Hold it, what are you trying to do? Huh? Smile at him, sweetie. I'm sorry. Be careful. I love men in uniform, don't you too? Actually, I prefer women. I am not good with that. Oh, I'm happy. I'm so glad you decided to stay with me. Alright, Smiles, unquestionably willing to put her prior diligence out of mind. I'm just doing my job with Manic. Please, you may call me Tanya. And now that pesky woman is out of the way, I can finally get to know the one another a little better. Robert swallows audibly. I don't think that would be appropriate, Miss Manic. Touch his leg. Okay, that didn't work. No! Crap. Okay, that was not... Wasn't there... Okay, I'm not reading the story ending. What? Okay, forget that. Wasn't there an autosave? Oh, there. Okay. Yes. Okay, let's, no. Okay, this is the most recent, the last, okay, so, I'm happy to be alone with him. I click somewhere, so claim to be hard, get him back him to let him go. Talk about his uniform. Yes. I shut my chest out a little, looking at the way Robert's eyes widen. Was it naughty of me to request such a thing, sir? Naughty? You don't think it was naughty of me? I don't quite understand, Miss Vanek. I bet girls throw themselves at you all the time, don't they? Robert looks quite a bit flustered. Well, I mean, a man in a uniform, that's really attractive, isn't it? Robert runs his hand shakily down the front of his shirt. Touch his leg? No. Claim to be hot? No. Where's the last autosave? Is it this one? Okay, get him to move closer? No. No, what did I click? I'm not... Excite him more aggressively, okay. I believe bad girls deserve a spanking, don't you, officer? A spanking? I bit my bottom lip coyly. If I'd been naughty, would you discipline me, sir? Touch his leg? No. Oh crap, I'm going to lose that. Claim to be hot? Yes. I feel so hot in here. It's your fault, you know? What? Watching you in that outfit, imagining you spanking me. I bring my hands down to the hem of my top. I lean farther back in the chair to afford Robert a more unobstructed view. It's okay, isn't it? What is? I slowly roll my top upward, exposing more of my belly. Robert starts shaking in his chair as he eyes my hands intently. Yes, I won! But I'm still so hot, sir. That's none of my business. Please, just feel my forehead. I think I have a fever. Robert looks unsure. Please, sir. Fine, but no more delaying after this. Robert leans across the desk, his tongue unconsciously wetting his lips as his eyes flicker repeatedly down to my exposed abdomen. He's merely inches away when his hand finally lands on my forehead. You don't feel hot? Oh, you shouldn't breathe down your hand lower to make sure. Lower? He moves his hand down the side of my neck. Here? Lower, sir. Where? Much lower. Robert's hand moves slowly and steadily towards my cleavage. I lean in my chair a little more backwards, then swing forward as quickly as I can, smashing my foreheads against Robert's with great force and send him crashing to the floor. It seems I was mistaken. I immediately get up and search Robert for the keys to the handcuffs I'm wearing. After awkwardly unlocking the cuffs, I place them on Robert and find a set of access coordinates for the rest of the precinct. I prop the poor chap up against the wall and blowing him a kiss before sneaking out of the interrogation room. So, where to now? Luke. Okay, on the shuttle, we will definitely continue this in the next episode. This promises to be great fun. Thanks so much for watching. You guys liked the old series, the Bionic Heart, so much that I decided to jump the shark and go for the second one. I'm hoping they don't make any more of those, so, we can have some closure. But thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Best regards from the parts. Bye!